So today I'm going to talk about my experience being a substitute teacher. So I actually was a substitute teacher a couple years ago, and I was excited because it paid $15 an hour, and I had never really made more than like $9 an hour, so I'm like, I'll be rich. But that really wasn't true. So basically some of the things to consider with being a sub, it's a relatively low barrier to entry. In my county, you just need 60 college credits. I think in some counties you may need a college degree, but I was still in college when I was doing it. And other than 60 college credits and not no major criminal incidents on your background, and you having the right shots, you could become a substitute. And when I was there, one thing to point out is you're not really going to be, at least in my county, I was not given virtually any training. You were basically, in the orientation, you were fingerprinted, and you were basically told, don't touch a kid, don't talk about religion, don't fall asleep in the class, don't use your phone during class. The teacher's probably going to give you a lesson plan, and just follow that. And that was basically it, and then you could be a sub. And they basically said, basically, they get a complaint about a teacher every single week, so understand that if you get a do not send, you're basically banned from going to that school for forever. So basically, with being a sub after that orientation, that was pretty much it. And you were off on your own, and I became a substitute. And my first day was at like a high school math class, and that was pretty easy. Nothing major. It was like a half day. The teacher left, I think, to go to a doctor's appointment. But when I started doing elementary school, that's when things really got bad. In an elementary school environment, like under third grade and under, you're basically almost like a babysitter. And you have to manage the class. And if you don't have any younger siblings or experience dealing with kids, it's most likely not going to end well for you. I had kids jump on me. I had a sixth grader actually stab me with scissors. I had someone throw up. I think it was a first grader stabbing with scissors, but yeah, I had someone throw up. Basically, you may not be given any help. You have 25 kids you have to manage, and they don't want to listen to you, and you just have to deal with that. And one of the biggest issues I ran into was if you ask for help from another teacher, the teacher will come in and basically yell at the kids and say, quiet down immediately right now. But they don't like that, and you'll get a do not send for doing that. So you have to kind of manage the class on your own. If you ask for help, you're probably going to get do not send or complaint against you, and you'll most likely be fired or be one step closer to being fired. At the county I worked, if you got 3 do not sends, you were fired. And a do not send is basically a form just basically saying the teacher could not control the class, do not send. You don't get to put up any defense. It's just that teacher has basically, or I assume the teacher would put the form in. They basically can fill out a form and you're gone. And there's nothing really you can do about it. You don't really have any rights in that regard. So, wrapping things up, the pay was like $15 an hour, so it was a little bit better than like a Taco Bell job or retail job. However, there was no benefits. You were given some access to like specific job fairs, and maybe you could become a long-term sub, which the pay was like $19 an hour. But in those kind of cases, long-term sub, that's really a job. You really are like a teacher. You're not really a part-time employee in that capacity. But it's a little bit better of a job, again, than like a McDonald's thing, but it's really not that much better because you're going and commuting all over the place in your county. You could be doing a ton of driving. You'll have to sit through traffic if you live in a large county like I did. And overall, it really was not a good experience for me. I'd only recommend it to someone if they were willing to do high school jobs and understanding those were the jobs that didn't come out as much. Plus, you had to get up very early to do high school jobs. Where I started, when I was in school, high school started like at 7:20, so you had to get there very early to do that. I wasn't a morning person, so it's something you got to consider when thinking about being a sub. Just got to change my camera again, sorry. So overall, I think I covered pretty much every main thing about it. And if you have any things that you'd like to talk about or questions, just leave them in the comment section below. But overall, I'd say not a very good job if you want to become a millionaire or want to be rich or financially independent. A job mainly for college students or stay-at-home moms. And that's everything, guys. Take care. Have a good one.